Hello, and thanks to everyone for joining us today. I'm Angela Harn, representing the Homes for Heroes Foundation. I'm joined today by Sean Davis with the Clackamas County Peace Officers Benevolent Foundation and Captain with the Oregon City Police Department, Nathan Westerland, Homes for Heroes Mortgage Specialist, and the Benevolent Foundation's Chaplain, Mike Vermace. We're also honored to be joined by the Clackamas County Deputy Kevin Bigler and his daughter Abigail. It's my honor to be here with each of you today. As part of the Homes for Heroes Circle of Giving, the Homes for Heroes Foundation provides grants to nonprofits whose missions are to help heroes in dire need. Sean, Nathan, and I are happy to present this $10,000 Home for Heroes Foundation July 2023 grant to the Clackamas County Police Officers Benevolent Foundation. Nathan, do you have that check there?
I do. Here's the check right here.
So let's take a moment. We can talk about the Clackamas County Peace Officers Benevolent Foundation and its mission of service. Chaplain Vermace, can you tell us a little about how the Clackamas County Peace Officers Benevolent Foundation came to be?
Yeah, it actually started, I believe, about 2 decades ago, and it was started really from the grassroots of those in law enforcement. And it was law enforcement officers who decided to give out of their own funds to be able to help their fellow brothers and sisters from the agencies in Clackamas County. And then also for both, would be for both the sworn and the non-sworn. And it was to be able to help and encourage where needed, to not only provide information and encouragement, but also if there was a financial need from either a critical incident that would occur, a mass casualty event, a line of duty injury or death, and also sickness and injury that would happen outside of work that would also hinder an officer or their family or non-sworn family member. It is branched out to also assist those within our community who are also in contact with law enforcement. So for instance, we had a mass casualty event that happened several years back, and we were able to help not only those families that lost family members in that event, but also those that were directly involved who also sustained injury. We worked with not only the community, but then we also worked with organizations and businesses to be able to help support them financially, because many did not have insurance or the ability to cover some of the costs, not only for funerals and other pieces, but also the cost to be able to help pay for their injuries that occurred during that event. We also had the opportunity in our county in 2013, we lost an officer, a line of duty death here at the Oregon City Police Department. And we were able to, as an association, be able to not only help with funding, but also be able to care for that family with another or nonprofit that helps with family members and families of those who have lost life in the line of duty. And we also, as an organization, have continued to be able to care for our officers, but then also those officers that end up having a family member or injury that both in the line of duty, but also offline, who have either had sickness or injury, and there's all sorts of costs that insurance doesn't cover. It's those costs that when insurance is gone, and also when FMLA is run out and you're getting down and it just seems bigger and more overwhelming. And then one of the families that we have assisted said that they would be willing to be here today just to be able to share a little bit of their story and the benefit and kind of the help that the Benevolent Association has provided them. And so I'm going to introduce to you just one of my favorite deputies in the world, that's Kevin Bigler, and just have Deputy Bigler share a little bit about his story, but also his daughter Abigail's story.
Hello, this is my daughter Abigail. In the fall of 2019, we became aware that my daughter had a cavernous angioma, which is a blood clot in her spine. And she was having problems walking and had some, on her right side, she had some weakness on the right side of her body. Thank you. So we took her in, and MRI was done, and we discovered this rare disease that she had in her spine. We found a surgeon that was at Stanford University in California that specialized in the removal of this blood clot. And so then we began our trip to Southern California to get help with that, or Northern California. The Benevolence provided us with funding for airplane travel and also hotels. We were in the San Francisco area for about 3 weeks, and they provided funding for us with help for expenses incurred down there. Unfortunately, about 1.5 years later, after we got back, she got another cavernous angioma in her spinal cord, and that facilitated, or we had to go back down to Stanford University to get another surgery done. And the Benevolence helped us out a second time with airplane travel and hotels at that time.
And really what happens is that, like with the Bigglers, is that financial hardships occur, and that's one of the benefits that the foundation does. It's helping our heroes stay afoot and really stay on the road and to be able to care for their families so that they can be whole, kind of head, heart, and hands, so to speak. We also support an organization called the West Coast Trauma Retreat, and that is, you can find that out through several different sites like frsn.com. And really, the First Responder Network, what they do is they've started a program to be able to help those first responders, and that's everybody from dispatch to fire to police, to be able to come into the most care and health that they possibly can be, so that they can have a long-lasting career. And so our organization wants to partner and to be able to care for our first responders, especially here in Clackamas County. And so we're a real grassroots benevolent association. Most of our funding comes in from officers themselves and their families, and then some outside help. We really desire nothing more than to be able to care for our community and to make sure that it's long-lasting in that, because that's really where care really happens. It's that long-lasting piece, to be able to know that not only does your organization want to care for you and meet you the best way that they possibly can, but to also know that there's brothers and sisters around you that can help provide that assistance and care, especially when you most need it. So that's what we're about as an organization, and we can't thank you all enough for your help and to be able to continue to do this, because like everything, everything costs money, and it seems to be one of those burdens, but with that burden is a blessing, because we've been able to see it really impact lives, to be able to pay for things like transportation down to Stanford and hotels. It's funny to think that just a air flight and some meals and a hotel room and a warm place to sleep, and what the benefit that can really be to a family in need, because it's one thing to have the insurance, but I'm sure Kevin can say it's also the bills that come after and continue. And some of those things are just not covered by insurance. But if we can help that and help be a bridge so that they can stay in health and also in service, that's what we're about. So thank you for your help in helping us help others.
Well, Chaplain Vermace, you've really made my job as an interviewer easy today by answering basically any question I could have possibly come up with. It seems like you guys really do a great job in supporting your law enforcement community there. Nathan, I do have a question for you. Can you give us your why behind making this nomination for Homes for Heroes Foundation?
Yeah, well, I'm glad I
seems-
heard that story because my why, and maybe Kevin and Abigail don't know, and the rest of you, but I've had 3 liver transplants and 1 kidney transplant as well. And so in the early 1980s, I had to fly down to Dallas, Texas, go Cowboys. And my parents had to deal with hardships, traveling, costs, and all that stuff. So I know, and then actually as recent as 2012, I had my kidney transplant because of complications of just taking the medication because of my liver transplants. So I know firsthand what those costs, what those implications are. But why I got involved is for a lot of the people around us right here, and just the organizations itself, the golf tournament, Officer Mulligan, golf tournament, Shop with a Cop. I've really seen the impact on the community with the kids, especially in December. And, they're going around filling up, basically a shopping cart full of presents, and they're all psyched. And then Officer Mulligan Golf Tournament, talk about making giving back really, really a fun experience. I mean, they absolutely do a wonderful job putting together, just absolutely a great foundation, and just trying to get everyone to, basically give back to the community, give back to this organization. So that's really been my why. And anyways, yeah.
Wow. I mean, everything that you guys stand for is really amazing. I just want to thank Deputy Bigler and Abigail. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for your service. If you and anyone would like to learn more, you can all visit the link that we have shared in the profile here. And when you visit them, you can also donate by clicking on the donation tab. The links, like I said, are included above. The Clackamas County Peace Officers Benevolent Foundation is a wonderful nonprofit supporting our heroes in need there in Oregon. And I want to thank you all for joining me today. For those of you tuning in, thank you for joining us to hear more about the great work that the Clackamas County Peace Officers Benevolent Foundation. To show us a little love, like, share, or leave us a comment on this video. Be sure to join us for future episodes to hear more about the nonprofits we partner with nationwide to help our heroes in dire need. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and remember to take a moment to say thank you to a hero today.
Grants from the Homes for Heroes Foundation are made possible by the Homes for Heroes Circle of Giving and its network of real estate professionals who are committed to providing savings to hero groups such as firefighters, EMS, law enforcement, military, active and veterans, healthcare professionals, and teachers. Thank you for watching another Homes for Heroes Foundation grant video about the impact we are making in the hero community with our nonprofit partners. Don't forget to subscribe to the Homes for Heroes YouTube channel. And to learn more about the savings available to heroes through Homes for Heroes, or to learn more about how the Homes for Heroes Foundation is helping heroes in dire need, visit homesforheroes.com.